Hello, welcome to another episode of my Friday Friday videos. Wow, bit of flashback to the past there. No, I was actually doing a podcast before doing this, so force of habit. I'm going to be a bit on the fly today. I don't like to prepare personally. I like to let the information channel and just come naturally, and yeah, and I like to think that that helps it be a more of in the now information that's relevant. And yes, I know the previous three videos that have all been about what's coming for the 2026 and the energies around that. And I am going to talk a little bit, that's where I'm going to kind of start. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So we are coming to the tail end, no pun intended, of the snake energy. Now, interesting enough, in the podcast, I was talking about the rattlesnake, that when it sheds its skin, it does leave a little bit of left. That's what creates the rattle and that's how it creates that ability to do the rattle sound. And I feel that's energy wise, that's where we're kind of at. The bits that we're still leaving hanging around, the layers that we should be shedding, they're kind of making a noise. They're really coming to the surface. That it's just really highlighting those things in our life that are now going, look, we're showing you this. We're showing you that these is going to be something to release this year, or at least take note of, do some work around, get comfortable with, or take actions toward building. Because it's not always about negative or shadow work or clearing old energies or past life, whatever it is, all those things. Sometimes it's positive stuff. So you might be having ideas coming to the surface for maybe even starting your own podcast this year, or if you've already got one built, how to expand it and how to get a bigger audience. And I just want to touch on that very briefly. I'm really grateful. I hit 100 subscribers on the channel last week, so that's a big milestone for me. It's taken a perseverance, persistency, and perseverance. Yeah, perseverance, and consistency. No, I've been saying that saying for years. I can never quite get it right. But anyway, persistence and consistency. There's the persistency. Yeah, persistence and consistency. Hope you stayed with me for that. Anyway, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the likes and subscribes, and please keep that adding. So if you hadn't already done so and you're the first time coming across these, please hit that button, hit that bell so you do get notified when these videos go out. And just for now, I am going to keep throwing one out every Friday just to keep that ticking over. And if others come up in the moment, then there may be some in between the Fridays. But now I'm committing to doing every Friday, 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is Brisbane time, that they come out. So you'll be able to watch them then, depending on where you are in the world. So the energy is being highlighted. Yes, that the tail of the rattlesnake just starting to become louder and louder and louder, heeding that and following that energy, whether it's, like I say, whether it's all about personal healing, cutting out old relationships, cutting out old jobs, and sometimes it's physical world occurrences happening. So all of a sudden you think your job might have been really good, and then all of a sudden there's a change and you're like, oh, I don't like it here now. That's the universe, that's the energies going, look, this is coming to an end. We're highlighting it for you. It's probably something you don't really want to do, but you're doing it because you've got bills to pay, that kind of thing. So trust us that there's something better for you very soon, coming very soon. Probably before around the middle of February, this change will come in. Because that's when the snake energy ends. It's when the horse energy comes in, when everything start to get that movement. Whereas snake energy is a little bit slower. It is a little bit more. The word escapes me. Is a little bit more focused, like purpose. That's the word. Snakes move with purpose. Not to say that horses don't. Horses can be a bit more erratic than just run in a straight direction for no reason, whereas snakes, they carefully consider where they're going all the time, using that really sensitive tongue of theirs, so that they're very calculated. So the end of this year is going to be calculated. It's not about jumping. It's about taking the information that's happening, living in the moment and living in the experiences that are happening right now and going, right, what is this showing me? How is this helping me? How is this guiding me towards what's coming after the middle of February? Once that horse energy then really starts bringing in that fast moving energy where things are going to change very, very quickly. So this is almost like your last chance to take that breath before 2026 really gathers pace and starts kicking in and starts helping you realize what is coming this year for you. So if you've set goals, get ready, because after the middle of February, those things are going to start moving. That an opportunity that may have presented itself, if you haven't already taken it, that door could possibly close. So definitely take that opportunity. It's feel the fear and do it anyway. And opportunities, we tend to know if it's a good one or not anyway. But if you're unsure, do it feel the fear. That usually means there's a bit of fear in the way. You're probably overthinking it. So take that opportunity. If you've been, I don't know, invited out on a date or something, and you're single, and go out on the date. What can you lose? Or someone, you've met an old friend and they've got a position at their company, let's say. There are all these kinds of things that you'd normally, obviously you'd take those opportunities sometimes. It all depends on the circumstances of the moment. But that's what it's going to be. It's like the universe is going to start maneuvering us around to places we may not have even thought were happening, completely bolts out of the blue scenarios, and some more obvious, like not that you knew were coming anyway, and that may just come a little sooner than you was expecting. So we're really on the cusp of energies becoming, hard to handle, no, challenging to handle. So all I'm saying is, like, take that deep breath, just calm that system energy down. Allow the end of this month just to flow out. There's a few angry people around, I've noticed this week. A lot of people on edge. It's just we're getting close to that shift of energy. So some people can handle it more naturally than others. So don't take it personally if someone comes and jokes at you or has a go at you, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I feel like that's January for you. This energy is going to remain the same for the next 7-8 days. 31 days in January, yeah. For basically the next week and a little bit before the shadow of the horse energy starts to creep in from the 1st of February, which I think is Beltane in the north and Samhain. That's my wife's expertise, all that stuff. I do know, like, the 1st of Feb is a big festival of the Wiccan year and the Celtic year, and the pagan side of things. They celebrated springtime, the end of winter, the beginning of spring. So that's why the movements, the growth is also going to start, because even naturally, we've the barren energy has ended. Living in England, that's when the snowdrops would break through the snow, and you'd start to see the spring flowers, the daffodils, and that kind of thing, knowing that that it's time to plant seeds again, or start thinking about the crops that you're going to plant, and that the growth period has begun again. So enjoy the rest of January. Sort of just observe. Don't try and react. Don't try and create anything new right now. Just keep an eye on what's being shown to be released, or that is going to be planted and grown. It's very, very, I feel like this is going to be one of the most key weeks of the year. So stay focused, stay centered, stay observant more than anything. Do your best to not be reactionary to physical world occurrences. Take a step back, observe, approach it with calmness. You still, like the snake does, that considered approach, and you'll see through the end of January. And then once the horse energy comes in, you can go a bit wild. You could probably tune into that wild horse energy and really go, right, let's get this done. Let's start putting things in place. Let's start going crazy, and and all that hectic energy that still has a purpose to it, because horses, they go after things a lot quicker. So that's it. So thanks very much for watching, for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next Friday. Take care.